the Greek word logizomai. And that's used, I think, about 25 times in the New Testament. That's the word that is translated in the King James Bible as imputed. Other translations say reputed or credited. There's like a half a dozen different words, English words, that are used for this one Greek word, logizomai. Now, ever since the Reformers, we've been under the impression that logizomai can refer or does refer to a legal label that you put on something that does not have the substance of what you're declaring. Okay? In other words, you see a pile of dung there? Well, you put a legal label on it that says white as snow, and that suffices to make that pile of dung as white as snow because you've put a legal declaration on it by your authority. Okay? And the authority that is assumed there is God. So if God, by his authority, puts a legal label on this pile of dung that says, the label says white as snow, pure as snow, then it's pure as snow. And that's the way God considers it, even though it still is a pile of dung. Okay? That's the understanding of this Greek word logizomai that's been used for 4 centuries. When I wrote Not by Faith Alone, I said, let me check this out. And when I did, and I checked all the lexicons, I checked the Bible itself, I checked the Septuagint, I checked them all. And what I found was amazing. What I found was logizomai never means that you put a legal label on something that doesn't have the substance of the label. Okay? In other words, you can't put a legal label that says pure as snow on a pile of dung and consider it legally pure as snow. Every time that word logizomai is used, it refers to a mental concept of something that in reality is the same thing as your mental concept. Okay? In other words, you can only put pure as snow on a pile of snow, not a pile of dung. So all this talk about, God declares this, God declares that. No. You know why? The basic reason is because God can't lie. That's the fundamental apologetic that anyone should put at the top of their list. If you're in a theological situation where you're forced to make God call something as A when it's B, then you just made God a liar. God is not a liar. When God says it's pure as snow, that means it's pure as snow. Because the only way that could happen is if he made it pure as snow before he put the legal label on it. You see. So this problem, as I said, started when the King James Bible used the word imputed instead of something more like infused. Because that's not what the Greek word logizomai means. But that's what Martin Luther made it mean. He gave it a legal basis instead of a fundamental substantive basis. And that's where all the problems started.